Most people living on our small planet in this vast universe believe that they are not alone. In fact, you might even believe this too, that there is life beyond humanity on another planet. Considering all this, the sky seems to be filled with mysterious things. So is this really true? In a moment, we will see records, documents, and photos claim to be real about extraterrestrial life. But the real curiosity is the possibility that we are not alone, believing that we are not. Looking at all these, the sky seems to be full of mysterious things. Subtitle MK, really a birth? In a moment, we will see the records, documents, and photos claim to be real about extraterrestrial life. All the things that happen in the events waiting to make sense. Thousands of stories and images. But what was the truth? What we know as unidentified flying object, and what most people call an alien, is still not defined even today. The abbreviation unidentified flying object also means unidentified flying object. So we have not yet defined the entity we call an alien, and no one knows what it is, of course, if they are not kept secret. The general opinion is in favor of them looking like this. According to the descriptions, they have big heads, large eyes, and a small mouth. In fact, the traces of these depictions today date back a long time. These figures and shapes drawn on cave walls in before Christ years, in architectures in the following centuries, and then in artworks look just like today's. It's as if the people of the past wanted to tell us about the existence of something. They may have drawn what was told to them or what they saw themselves. As valuable as these are, none of them were proving these unidentified objects or extraterrestrial life. But 19? The camera invented after the technology developed in the 19th century could prove something. The thing observed in the 1870 New Hampshire sky, an unidentified flying object photo named the mysterious airship. According to the claim, this is the mothership from which flying saucers emerge, but they don't have any information other than this picture. UFOs seen in the background of a field in America in 1920, in a souvenir photo in 1939 in China, in 1942, and again in a souvenir picture in California in 1945. These are just a few of the most talked about unidentified flying object sightings, but for some reason they didn't seem very convincing to me. For example, the object seen in the field picture or the footage from China looks more like an airplane. That thin line in this souvenir photo could be a result of the conditions of the time or a dust in front of the camera. In fact, it makes much more sense that this thing standing in the background in California could be a duck or a bird. It seems completely exaggerated to me that people would infer an alien or unidentified flying object from looking at these. Maybe it's because they want to believe it so, preferring the mysterious. But there are events that can't be interpreted so simply. Frederick Valentich was a young pilot at the age of 20. He was on a training flight near Bass Strait. At 1906, he reported being followed by an unidentified aircraft. Valentich reported that a vehicle with 4 bright lights was moving very fast. He seems to be playing some sort of game. He was asking if you were playing a game with me. He reported engine trouble in the following minutes. When asked for the identity of the plane, he said, "This doesn't look like any plane."
It's not an aircraft, it's...
The last signals coming from it were quite interesting.
He didn't finish that communication. There was all of a sudden...
No trace of him was found after the investigation. But those who knew him did not believe this story. Frederick Valentich, who applied to the Air Force twice and was rejected, who was penalized and warned due to inadequate training qualifications, and who entered a controlled area and was investigated twice, did not seem credible to them. It was known that he was very interested in UFOs, and therefore it was thought that he wanted to create a mystery. However, his brother does not believe this to be the case.
Supposedly, my brother wanted to commit suicide. A person who wants to commit suicide would jump off a bridge or lie down under a train or something.
The plane wasn't his. It wasn't something he could claim rights to. He didn't even have life insurance.
Aside, there's a more popular, world-famous incident. The 1947 Roswell incident, which is cited as evidence of the existence of unidentified flying object ESA, and which popularized the term unidentified flying object. The incident of a cylindrical flying object falling near the Depictions. In summary, the United States was blaming Germany, i.e., the Nazis in power, for this object in Roswell, and perhaps the tangible things seen before and after World War II. But America could never blame the Germans. The reason for this lay in their own cunning. The American government had won the space war with the Russians, but wanted to be the only power in the world. For this, many news stories were made about aliens and UFOs, whether they were lies or truths. If you do a little research, you will see that almost a large part of unidentified flying object cases happened in America. America wanted to show Russia and the whole world that it had alien technology. In fact, they first claimed to have captured an unidentified flying object, then immediately changed their statement saying, sorry, it was a weather balloon. Take the Roswell incident, for example. You wouldn't see people in black suits among those who arrive when a normal plane crashes. Firefighters, police, and ambulances would arrive. But there's something else here. These people in black suits seem to know that what fell was not a plane. Because if they knew what fell, they would also know what happened to it. Everyone thought it was either aliens or Nazi planes, but they overlooked a third possibility. To a designed plane. 51. In the video I made about the area, I recorded that America was conducting experiments in the Nevada desert and designing secret spy planes, and that objects similar to UFOs were recorded at that time and afterwards. 51. We said it was Area 51 technologies. What if I told you that this plan designed for the future was a fake alien invasion?
The question is no longer if they are here.
What are they doing?